Have you ever felt controlled by the need to be liked by others? Like your every decision hinges on approval and acceptance. It's a feeling many of us know too well, and it can be exhausting. But what if there's a way to break free from this cycle? Stoicism offers a powerful perspective, urging us to embrace being disliked as a path to true freedom. Imagine living your life not bound by the chains of others' opinions, but guided by your own values and principles. In this video, we'll uncover how adopting a Stoic mindset can liberate you from the relentless pursuit of approval and help you embrace the very essence of authentic living. Stay with us as we delve into the wisdom of Stoicism, exploring how it empowers you to remain steadfast amidst criticism and find peace in accepting that not everyone will resonate with who you are. Together, we'll journey through the timeless teachings of this philosophy, unraveling its secrets to a more independent and fulfilled life. By the end of this video, you'll discover how embracing being disliked isn't just a possibility, but a powerful strategy to reclaim control over your own narrative. So, are you ready to explore this transformative path, where the opinions of others no longer dictate your happiness? Let's dive in and unlock the freedom that comes from embracing your true self, just as the Stoics intended. Understanding Stoicism, we see it as more than just an ancient philosophy. It's a practical guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, urging us to invest our energy wisely. Imagine a life where you channel your efforts into shaping your own actions and thoughts, rather than being consumed by external factors beyond your influence. This focus on internal locus of control empowers us to live authentically without being weighed down by the unpredictable opinions of others. In today's fast-paced world, where social media and constant connectivity often amplify the pressure to conform and seek validation, Stoicism offers a refreshing alternative. It provides the clarity to remain grounded in our personal values, granting us the freedom to be true to ourselves rather than succumb to societal pressures. This sense of personal empowerment not only fortifies our resilience but also enhances our overall well-being. By accepting that we cannot control everything, we find peace in the chaos, allowing us to step boldly into each day, assured and unshaken by the whims of others. As we continue this exploration, we'll uncover how these Stoic principles can liberate us from the invisible chains of conformity, paving the way for a life of genuine independence and self-assurance. The desire to be liked is deeply ingrained in us, stemming from a basic human need for connection and acceptance. Yet, this yearning can sometimes steer us away from our true selves, causing us to lose sight of what genuinely matters. It often begins subtly, perhaps when you find yourself agreeing with opinions you don't truly share or altering your behavior to fit in with a group. Over time, these small concessions accumulate, and you may realize that your actions are no longer aligned with your authentic identity. Consider the scenario of a student who chooses a career path based on parental and societal expectations rather than personal passion. In their quest for approval, they might excel academically but feel disconnected and unfulfilled, sacrificing their dreams for validation. Or imagine someone endlessly chasing social media likes, altering their persona to meet perceived popularity standards, only to feel emptier with each post. These examples highlight how the desire to be liked can seep into our daily decisions, influencing everything from career choices to personal interactions. It can even affect our mental well-being, as we constantly grapple with the pressure to maintain the facade of an acceptable image. The stress of living for others' approval often leads to anxiety and burnout, leaving us feeling trapped in a version of ourselves that is crafted to please but not to thrive. By embracing the inevitability of being disliked, as Stoicism teaches, we can begin to reclaim personal control and authenticity, allowing us to pursue a life that reflects our true values and desires. This acceptance not only restores our freedom but significantly enhances our mental and emotional health, guiding us toward genuine happiness and fulfillment. The power dynamics of approval can often trap us in a cycle where others hold the reins to our happiness and self-worth. When our actions are driven largely by the quest for approval, we inadvertently hand over the control of our lives to those whose opinions we seek. This disproportionate power dynamic occurs because we prioritize external validation over internal conviction, giving undue influence to others' perceptions. Psychologically, this can manifest as anxiety, fear of rejection, and a constant need to adjust our behavior to meet external expectations. We might suppress our true opinions, alter our decisions, or even compromise our values, all to align with what is deemed acceptable by others. As a result, our own sense of self becomes diluted, and we find ourselves conforming to a narrative dictated by those around us rather than crafting our own. However, Stoicism offers a compelling solution by encouraging us to focus on our intrinsic values and the aspects of life we can control. By shifting our attention inward, we reclaim the power to act according to our principles, freeing ourselves from the shackles of external approval. This Stoic approach empowers us to realign our priorities, emphasizing personal integrity and inner peace over fleeting societal acceptance. Through this lens, we begin to view disapproval not as a personal attack, but as an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to live authentically. Embracing this perspective allows us to step into our true power, unfazed by the transient judgments of others, and navigate life with a newfound sense of balance and self-assurance. As we delve deeper into Stoic philosophy, these insights illuminate the path to breaking free from the constraints of approval, leading us toward a more liberated existence. Ancient Stoic wisdom on disapproval provides profound insights that remain relevant today. Let's explore the teachings of key Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, whose legacies guide us in handling disapproval with grace and resilience. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, taught that our perceptions, not external events, shape our reality. He famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, urging us to focus on our responses rather than the opinions themselves. Epictetus emphasized the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. By recognizing that others' judgments fall outside our sphere of influence, we are freed from the weight of external disapproval. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, furthered this idea in his Meditations. He reflected on the ephemeral nature of criticism, reminding us that the opinions of others are often fleeting and insignificant in the grand tapestry of life. In his writings, he noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This perspective empowers us to cultivate an unshakable inner fortitude. While disapproval may arise, our commitment to our values and integrity remains steadfast, undisturbed by transient external voices. Both philosophers teach us that disapproval is not an obstacle but an opportunity to deepen our understanding of personal virtue and resilience. By embracing these teachings, we learn to view criticism not as a personal affront, but as a moment to reinforce our dedication to living authentically. With this wisdom, we navigate the world with confidence, carrying the enduring legacy of Stoicism as our guide. A real-life example of a Stoic who persevered despite widespread disapproval is Cato the Younger, a prominent Roman senator known for his steadfast adherence to Stoic principles. Cato was an unwavering advocate for the Republic's ideals and a fierce critic of corruption in leadership, even when his stance placed him at odds with powerful figures like Julius Caesar. Cato's commitment to Stoic ideals was evident in his refusal to compromise his integrity, regardless of the consequences. His peers often viewed his rigid adherence to principles with skepticism and disapproval, yet Cato remained resolute. He believed in the Stoic practice of prioritizing virtue over public opinion, allowing this conviction to guide his every action. Cato exemplified the Stoic notion of living in accordance with one's values, even when it led to personal risk or unpopularity. His willingness to embrace disapproval in his pursuit of justice and moral integrity highlighted the strength found in Stoic teachings. Despite facing immense political pressure and growing dissent, Cato's adherence to Stoicism fortified his resolve, enabling him to stand firm amid adversity. His legacy endures as a testament to the power of Stoic philosophy in navigating life's challenges while maintaining one's course with unwavering dedication. Cato's journey illustrates the liberation achieved through embracing virtue over acceptance, exemplifying how Stoicism empowers individuals to remain true to themselves against the tide of public disapproval. This historical example serves to illuminate our path, reminding us that embracing our principles, much like Cato did, allows us to thrive in authenticity no matter the external pressures we face. Modern society's obsession with likability is more evident than ever, especially with the rise of social media platforms. These digital spaces have transformed into arenas where the quest for likes, shares, and comments fuels our actions and often our self-esteem. On these platforms, our lives are curated, and the image we present becomes a measure of our approval, leading many to chase a constructed reality rather than live authentically. The pressure to maintain this digital facade can be overwhelming, as it encourages a perpetual cycle of validation-seeking behavior. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this digital approval frenzy by guiding us to focus on what truly matters, our values and inner self, rather than the fleeting affirmations from online audiences. It teaches us to detach from the external judgments that social media thrives on, emphasizing the importance of internal validation. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we learn to prioritize real-world connections and personal integrity over superficial digital recognition. This philosophical approach encourages us to cultivate self-awareness and resilience, allowing us to navigate social media with a sense of groundedness and authenticity. In doing so, we begin to break free from the chains of digital approval, finding liberation in living a life that aligns with our true nature rather than a pixelated version of perfection. As we align our actions with Stoic principles, we empower ourselves to use technology as a tool for connection rather than a gauge of worth, fostering a profound sense of freedom and self-assurance that transcends the digital realm. By embracing Stoicism, we regain control over our narrative, unburdened by the pressures of societal expectations and ready to thrive in the modern world with confidence and grace. Stoicism and personal integrity are closely linked, as they both emphasize the importance of staying true to one's values, even when faced with the prospect of being disliked. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that our worth is defined not by the opinions of others but by our adherence to our own principles. This means that living authentically according to Stoic teachings often requires us to stand firm in our beliefs, even if it means facing disapproval from those around us. Consider how this philosophy encourages us to focus on our own actions and character, rather than being swayed by external judgments. By embracing this mindset, we cultivate a strong sense of personal integrity, where our decisions and behaviors consistently reflect our core values. This steadfastness in following one's principles can lead to situations where others may not agree with or support our choices. However, it's precisely in these moments of potential unpopularity that we find the true strength of Stoicism. By accepting that not everyone will align with our path, we free ourselves from the constraints of seeking approval and unlock the potential for authentic living. This approach invites us to engage with life on our terms, fostering genuine connections with others who appreciate us for who we truly are. As we practice this form of integrity, we not only enrich our own lives but also inspire others through our unwavering commitment to being genuine. In embracing the reality of not always being liked, we discover a profound sense of freedom and empowerment to live a life that is distinctly our own. Disliked but respected, a seemingly contradictory state, yet one that is richly illustrated through the lives of many influential figures throughout history. When we examine this through the Stoic lens, it becomes evident that respect and disapproval can indeed coexist, often resting on a foundation of unwavering authenticity and commitment to personal principles. Consider the example of Socrates, a renowned philosopher who, despite facing significant disapproval and eventual execution by his fellow Athenians, has long been celebrated for his contributions to philosophical thought. Socrates embodied the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with one's values, prioritizing truth and virtue over public acceptance. His relentless questioning and refusal to conform to societal norms earned him both scorn and respect, illustrating the Stoic concept that true respect comes from integrity and intellectual courage, not the shallow pursuit of popularity. Similarly, figures like Mahatma Gandhi, who faced persistent opposition, including imprisonment for his radical methods of nonviolent resistance against colonial rule, are remembered with great esteem. Gandhi's steadfast adherence to his principles, even when met with disdain, exemplifies how resolute actions rooted in deep conviction can ultimately command respect. In these cases, the Stoic teaching of valuing inner virtue over external approval shines, demonstrating that the essence of true leadership and influence often lies in the willingness to embrace criticism for the sake of a higher purpose. Respect earned in this manner is enduring, grounded in the authenticity of one's actions rather than the transient whims of public opinion. Through this understanding, we find that being disliked yet respected is not only possible but a testament to the enduring power of living a life anchored in Stoic virtues. It reminds us that the strength of character and dedication to our ideals can transcend immediate judgments, effectively nurturing a legacy defined by respect and admiration. The freedom of indifference begins with grasping the Stoic concept of apatheia, which stands for being indifferent to external events, including the opinions of others. This idea is not about being emotionless or cold, but about achieving a state of mind where your peace and happiness are not dictated by outside influences. Imagine walking through a storm but remaining dry and warm underneath an unyielding roof. The storm represents the chaos of others' judgments, while the sturdy roof symbolizes the protection of your inner calmness. Embracing this indifference allows you to navigate life with a steadfast focus on what truly matters to you. By practicing apatheia, you learn to detach from the need for approval, which often binds us to a cycle of anxiety and dissatisfaction. This detachment empowers you to make decisions based on your own principles rather than fluctuating external validations. It is about reclaiming control over your responses, recognizing that while you cannot dictate others' perceptions, you can choose how they affect you. When you adopt this mindset, a remarkable personal freedom unfolds. A space where you are free to pursue your passions and live authentically. It is liberating to realize that you do not have to carry the burden of others' expectations, allowing you to direct your energy towards growth and self-discovery. The path of apatheia encourages aligning your life with your truth, fostering resilience and a profound sense of contentment. This Stoic principle is a tool for liberation, guiding you to focus inward and live each day with purpose and clarity, unaffected by the inevitable waves of external opinion. As you integrate this concept, you find that true peace comes not from the absence of external noise, but from the strength of your internal harmony. The role of rational thought in Stoicism is central, especially when confronting the fear of being disliked. Stoics understand that this fear often stems from irrational beliefs and assumptions about the impact others' opinions should have on one's sense of self-worth. By applying rational thought, we begin to dismantle these beliefs, recognizing that the judgment of others is not a reflection of our intrinsic value. Stoicism encourages us to question the validity of our fears, asking ourselves, what evidence truly exists for these worries, and are they grounded in reality? This introspective practice helps clarify our emotions and align our responses with reason rather than impulse. To strengthen this rational approach, Stoics recommend several exercises. One effective practice is cognitive distancing, where we observe our thoughts objectively, as if viewing them from a distance, allowing us to assess their merit without being overwhelmed by them. Another technique is journaling, where we express our thoughts and fears on paper, analyzing them critically and identifying patterns that may not be grounded in reality. By journaling, we can map out a clearer, more logical approach to addressing our concerns. Additionally, the practice of premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization, empowers us to envision potential challenges and rehearse how we would rationally respond, thereby reducing anxiety about potential disapproval. These exercises cultivate a mindset resilient to external opinions, reinforcing the belief that our worth is determined by our values and actions, not the fluctuating opinions of others. Through this disciplined application of rational thought, we gain the confidence to live authentically, embracing the reality that being disliked is a natural aspect of a principled life. As we integrate these practices, we find strength in reason, navigating life with clarity and purpose, unshaken by the judgments of those who do not walk our path. The practical steps to embrace disapproval begin with the Stoic exercise known as negative visualization. This practice involves vividly imagining scenarios where you face rejection or disapproval, allowing you to mentally prepare for these situations. By doing so, you learn to handle potential criticism with composure and foresight. Imagine a situation where your ideas are challenged in a meeting or where your authenticity might not resonate with everyone. Picture yourself responding with calm and confidence, focusing on how you maintain your dignity and values in these imagined scenarios. This visualization helps you realize that disapproval is not the end of the world, but rather a common and manageable aspect of life. Another effective Stoic technique is voluntary discomfort. By intentionally placing yourself in uncomfortable situations, you build resilience and diminish the power that fear of disapproval holds over you. This might involve expressing your true thoughts in a conversation where differing opinions are expected, or trying a new experience outside your comfort zone. Through these exercises, you gain the courage to face judgment without compromising your principles. It's about training your mind to detach from the need for consensus, empowering you to remain firm in your beliefs even when not everyone agrees. Practicing these steps regularly not only strengthens your mental fortitude, but also enhances your ability to live an authentic life guided by your own convictions. These Stoic methods remind us that facing disapproval is not a failure but an opportunity to affirm our commitment to personal integrity, helping us navigate life with unwavering confidence and peace. The influence of external opinions often reaches into the very foundation of our self-perception and decision-making. These opinions can shape the way we view ourselves, steering us toward a version that may not resonate with our true identity. When such external voices cloud our judgment, it leads to decisions that are more about pleasing others than fulfilling our own desires and goals. You might find yourself hesitating to pursue a project you're passionate about or adopting habits that are not aligned with your true nature, all because of the weight of outside judgments. This is where Stoicism provides invaluable guidance. Stoic philosophy helps us ground our sense of self in what truly matters, our own principles and values. One key technique is the practice of self-reflection, where we regularly assess our thoughts and actions to ensure they are guided by our inner compass rather than the expectations of others. By engaging in such introspection, we can discern whether our choices are genuine or are swayed by external pressures. Another powerful Stoic method is practicing emotional regulation, where we learn to identify and manage the emotional responses triggered by others' opinions. This involves recognizing that while we cannot control what others may think or say, we do have control over how we choose to respond to these opinions. Through focused breathing or meditation, we can cultivate a calm mindset that allows us to remain centered despite any external negativity. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control. By redirecting our attention to our own actions and responses, we liberate ourselves from the constraints of others' perceptions. This shift in focus not only enhances our decision-making but fortifies our self-perception, building resilience against negative opinions. As we integrate these Stoic techniques, we find that the influence of external judgments diminishes, empowering us to make decisions that are authentically ours, free from the shadow of outside approval. The visualization, immersive indifference exercise invites you to close your eyes and picture a scenario where you face disapproval or dislike. Imagine yourself presenting an idea at a meeting where it is met with skepticism, or sharing a part of yourself with friends only to receive dismissive responses. As you conjure this scene, pay close attention to your body's reactions. Notice any tension, discomfort, or urge to defend yourself. Now transition your focus inward. Visualize yourself embracing Stoic calmness, allowing the disapproval to wash over you like gentle waves that you observe but do not let alter your course. See yourself maintaining a steady breath and a serene posture, guided by the understanding that others' opinions are beyond your control and do not define your worth. Envision turning your attention to what can be controlled, your response, your emotions, and your values. Picture yourself calmly acknowledging the disapproval without letting it disturb your peace, rooted in the knowledge that your worth lies in your principles, not external validation. As you practice this visualization, feel the power of indifference solidify within you, equipping you with the resilience to navigate such situations with grace and self-assurance. This exercise is a mental rehearsal, strengthening your ability to remain unwavering amidst judgment, embracing the freedom that comes with detaching from the need for approval. As you open your eyes, carry this newfound calm into your daily life, empowered to face any external opinions with the quiet confidence of a Stoic, living authentically and at peace with yourself. The role of virtue in embracing dislike is central to Stoic philosophy, offering a profound framework for navigating a world where external approval often seems paramount. Stoics believe that virtue, encompassing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, is the true measure of a person's character. This focus on virtue provides a moral compass, steering actions that may not align with the fleeting trends of popular opinion. By prioritizing virtue over approval, we cultivate a steadfast sense of self that is anchored in principles rather than external validation. Picture this compass guiding you through a dense forest where the path of virtue remains clear even when obscured by the distractions of societal expectations. This philosophical approach empowers us to make decisions based on what is right and just, rather than what is merely popular or pleasing to others. When faced with choices that test our integrity, the Stoic focus on virtue reminds us that authenticity is found in staying true to our values, even if it leads to being misunderstood or disliked. Think of it as navigating a ship through turbulent seas, where the compass of virtue keeps us on course while the storm of others' opinions rages around us. This commitment to virtue emboldens us to act with dignity and strength, knowing that our moral integrity is unwavering despite the shifting tides of public perception. In embracing this path, we find a profound liberation, a freedom from the need to conform or seek approval, allowing us to live with clarity and conviction. By centering our lives around virtue, we embody the essence of Stoicism, experiencing the deep peace and fulfillment that comes from living a life guided by steadfast principles, resilient to the ever-changing whims of external judgment. Stoic reinterpretation of failure presents it not as a defeat but as an essential element of personal growth and understanding. Within the framework of Stoicism, failure and even being disliked are viewed as natural occurrences that should not be feared. Instead, they are embraced as valuable opportunities for learning and development. Imagine for a moment the concept of failure not as a stumbling block but as a stepping stone toward deeper wisdom. In the Stoic framework, each failure or instance of disapproval is a guidepost, pointing us toward areas where we can refine our character and actions. By perceiving failure through this lens, we shift from a mindset of fear or avoidance to one of curiosity and exploration. This philosophy encourages us to engage with failure openly, asking ourselves what insights can be gleaned from the experience and how we can apply these lessons to grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Consider a scenario where your ideas are rejected or your efforts are not met with the expected approval. From a Stoic perspective, these moments are not reasons for despair but rather catalysts for introspection and improvement. They provide a chance to re-evaluate our methods, enhance our skills, and adapt our strategies moving forward. This approach liberates us from the paralysis that fear of failure can induce, replacing it with a focus on resilience and perseverance. By embracing failure as an integral part of the journey, we cultivate a mindset that thrives on continuous learning and adaptation. This opens the door to a richer, more nuanced understanding of success that is not merely defined by external validation, but by the growth and progress we achieve on our path. Through the Stoic reinterpretation of failure, we find that navigating life's challenges with courage and acceptance transforms setbacks into powerful tools for personal enhancement. Perspectives from courageous Stoics reveal how embracing courage is fundamental to the philosophy, demonstrating remarkable resilience in the face of unpopularity. One profound example is Epictetus. As a former slave, his persistent courage amidst adversity exemplifies the Stoic belief in focusing on internal control. Through his teachings, he showed us that true bravery lies in maintaining one's values despite external pressures to conform. Epictetus continually emphasized that it is our response to life's challenges, not the challenges themselves, that defines our strength. This perspective is empowering, encouraging us to cultivate inner courage as a guiding principle. Another notable figure is Seneca, a statesman and philosopher whose courage shone through his writings. Despite facing political adversity and criticism, he remained steadfast in his promotion of Stoic ideals. Seneca's life teaches us that courage often requires us to stand firm in our beliefs, even when this stance leads to being misunderstood or unpopular. His works remind us that courage is not the absence of fear but the commitment to uphold virtue in its presence. By reflecting on these Stoics, we understand that courage is an essential trait that allows individuals to pursue authenticity and integrity, regardless of societal acceptance. Their examples demonstrate how courage can inspire us to take bold steps in our own lives, by choosing actions that align with our principles rather than seeking fleeting approval. This courage is a beacon, illuminating the path to personal freedom and a legacy grounded in principled living. As we embrace the Stoic virtue of courage, we find the strength to be true to ourselves, deriving empowerment from our unwavering commitment to our values, even in the face of disapproval. An inspiring anecdote that truly captures the transformative power of Stoicism in overcoming the fear of rejection is that of Anna, a young artist seeking to make her mark in the competitive world of gallery exhibitions. For years, Anna struggled with the fear of rejection, often holding back her most authentic work, anticipating it would not resonate with the curators and audiences she sought to impress. However, her journey took a pivotal turn when she stumbled upon the teachings of Stoicism. Intrigued by its emphasis on focusing on what lies within one's control, Anna began integrating Stoic practices into her daily routine. She started with the exercise of cognitive distancing, allowing herself to view her fear of rejection not as an insurmountable barrier, but as an external perception that did not define her worth as an artist. Through regular journaling, she expressed and scrutinized her fears, gradually recognizing that the opinions of others were not a reflection of her intrinsic value. Equipped with this newfound clarity, Anna committed to premeditatio malorum, visualizing potential rejections and rehearsing her rational responses to them. This preparation fortified her resilience, enabling her to approach potential setbacks with calmness and determination. As she embraced Stoic indifference, Anna found the courage to submit her most prized and personal pieces to exhibitions, focusing on the fulfillment of expressing her true self rather than the outcome of acceptance or rejection. This shift led to a profound transformation. Not only did her work begin to gain recognition, but she also experienced a deep sense of personal empowerment and freedom. By overcoming her fear of rejection, Anna unlocked the door to a more authentic and fulfilling creative journey, illustrating the profound impact of Stoicism in living a life beyond the confines of others' judgments. The paradox of control offers a fascinating insight into Stoic philosophy. The more we seek to control others' perceptions and earn their approval, the more we inadvertently surrender our true autonomy. This chase for acceptance often results in a life tangled in the strings of others' expectations, leaving us with a false sense of control that is as fleeting as the opinions we seek to manage. Imagine trying to capture the wind with your bare hands. The harder you clench, the more it slips away, much like the approval we desperately grasp for. In contrast, Stoicism teaches us that true peace and control arise from acknowledging what is beyond our influence, including how others perceive us. By embracing the uncertainty of external opinions, we align ourselves with a more profound understanding of empowerment. This acceptance liberates us from the relentless pursuit of validation, freeing us to focus on what we genuinely can control: our reactions, decisions, and character. Picture yourself standing in a bustling marketplace where voices and opinions swirl around you like a tempest. Instead of trying to calm the storm, you choose to center your energy on maintaining your own inner calm. This shift in focus transforms your experience, granting you a sense of stability and peace that external approval could never achieve. The paradox lies in the realization that by releasing the need for others' endorsement, we reclaim the power to shape our own narrative, living in harmony with our values without being confined by the chains of societal expectations. Through this philosophical lens, we learn to navigate life with a calm confidence, unshaken by the transient nature of approval, and discover the serenity that only acceptance of the uncontrollable can bring. The concept of inner peace in Stoicism revolves profoundly around acceptance, where the real journey toward tranquility begins. Stoics train themselves to embrace the world as it is, accepting that disapproval from others is an inevitable part of life. This acceptance is not about resignation or passivity, but about cultivating a resilient mind that remains unshaken by the unpredictable nature of external opinions. Imagine standing at the edge of a serene lake, observing the gentle ripples on its surface. These ripples represent the judgments and criticisms from others, ever present and unavoidable. Yet beneath the surface lies a deep, unwavering stillness that symbolizes your inner peace. This serenity is achieved when you recognize that peace stems from within, not from the approval of others. Being open to disapproval becomes a powerful step in this journey, as it teaches us to detach our sense of self-worth from external validations. Instead of investing our energy in pleasing everyone, Stoicism guides us to focus on living virtuously according to our own principles. This shift in perspective acts like a compass, guiding our actions and decisions from a place of authenticity rather than fear of judgment. By accepting disapproval as a natural occurrence, we liberate ourselves from the anxiety of trying to control others' perceptions. This freedom allows us to invest our energy in self-improvement and genuine connections that align with our true selves. Through this lens, Stoicism gifts us the profound understanding that true inner peace is not about avoiding criticism, but embracing it as a part of life's rich tapestry. In doing so, we cultivate an enduring calm that empowers us to navigate life's challenges with poise and clarity, knowing that our value lies not in the acceptance of others but in our unwavering commitment to our own values. Letting go of the ego is a transformative aspect of Stoicism, encouraging us to release the burdensome need for external validation and, in doing so, pave the way for a life of genuine contentment and self-awareness. The ego, with its relentless desire for approval and recognition, often clouds our perception, making us overly dependent on how others view us. Imagine the ego as a heavy cloak, weighing us down with the demands of acceptance and the fear of judgment. By shedding this cloak, we step into a new realm of freedom, embracing the authentic self that does not seek validation from outside but draws strength from within. Stoicism guides us to understand that our worth is not determined by the fleeting opinions of others, but by the principles we choose to live by. This shift in focus from external to internal allows us to cultivate a deep sense of self-awareness, where we recognize our thoughts and emotions without the distortion of ego-driven desires. Picture this clarity as a clear, serene lake, reflecting our true essence without the ripples caused by external disturbances. By letting go of the ego, we foster a mindful presence where our actions are guided by conscious choice rather than the pursuit of approval. This newfound awareness leads us toward a state of contentment, where peace is derived from self-acceptance and alignment with our values, rather than the ever-changing tides of external validation. As we integrate this principle into our lives, we find that true happiness lies not in how the world perceives us, but in our acceptance and understanding of who we are, unshaken by the judgments of others. By releasing the ego's grip, Stoicism empowers us to live with authenticity and resilience, embracing a life of purpose and tranquility. The practice of mindfulness in Stoicism is a powerful tool that helps us anchor ourselves in the present moment, providing resilience against the ever-present need to be liked. Mindfulness in Stoicism is about cultivating an acute awareness of our thoughts and emotions as they arise, allowing us to engage with them consciously rather than being swept away by the tides of external pressures. Imagine it as sitting by a calm river, observing the water flow by without feeling the need to jump in and swim with it. Through mindfulness, we learn to observe our desires for approval and acceptance without becoming entangled in them. This practice encourages us to detach from the impulse to seek validation, redirecting our focus toward our current experiences and the things we can control. As we hone this awareness, we become more attuned to our inner emotional landscape, recognizing the fleeting nature of external opinions and choosing not to let them dictate our self-worth. By consistently practicing mindfulness, we begin to appreciate the unique and ordinary moments that comprise our lives, finding contentment in simply being present with ourselves. This approach nurtures a sense of inner freedom, where we are no longer held captive by others' judgments, but are free to live in alignment with our true values and intentions. Mindfulness as a Stoic practice empowers us to embrace our authentic selves, creating a buffer against the need to be liked and allowing us to engage with life on our terms. Through this cultivated presence, we find the strength to navigate the world with confidence and peace, unburdened by the weight of external expectations, and thrive in the here and now. Living by Stoic values often brings a level of disapproval from those who do not share the same ethos, but this divergence is not only expected but also celebrated as a testament to one's authentic commitment to personal principles. When you choose to live according to Stoic values such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you are prioritizing a life guided by virtue rather than transient societal norms. This path is marked by actions rooted in truth and integrity, even when they contradict popular opinion or the prevailing trends around you. Imagine walking a path forged by your own convictions, where each step reflects your commitment to your core values, not a path carved by the expectations of others. While this might lead to misunderstandings or disagreement from those who do not align with Stoic philosophy, it is here that the essence of Stoicism shines. By embracing these differences, you reaffirm your dedication to living authentically. Picture this as navigating your own course through a vast ocean, undeterred by the currents of public opinion. This journey emphasizes the importance of staying true to oneself, fostering a profound inner strength that stands unwavering regardless of external feedback. Embracing disapproval becomes a marker of resilience, where each moment of dissent is an opportunity to deepen your commitment to your values and further cultivate your sense of self-awareness. Through this lens, living by Stoic values is not just an act of defiance against societal expectations, but a celebration of the freedom that comes with unwavering authenticity. It encourages an existence where your worth is defined not by acceptance from others, but by the steadfast adherence to your principles, guiding you towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. Turning criticism into growth is a fundamental aspect of Stoicism, transforming what might initially appear as a setback into a powerful catalyst for self-improvement. The Stoics teach us to view criticism not as a personal attack but as a valuable tool for reflection and growth. By embracing feedback, even when it is negative, we open ourselves to insights that can enhance our understanding and personal development. Imagine criticism as a mirror reflecting areas where we may need to focus our efforts. Instead of recoiling from it, we can use it to sharpen our skills and refine our character. One technique involves actively seeking constructive feedback from trusted sources, allowing us to gain different perspectives and uncover blind spots in our thinking or behavior. This process requires humility and openness, but ultimately strengthens our ability to grow. Another Stoic approach is to practice gratitude for criticism, viewing it as an opportunity to learn something new about ourselves. By shifting our mindset to appreciate rather than resist criticism, we develop resilience and the ability to handle future challenges with grace. Additionally, journaling can be a powerful tool where we document instances of criticism and reflect on the lessons they provide. By analyzing these situations, we identify patterns in our responses and areas for improvement, enabling us to approach similar circumstances with greater wisdom. Visualization is another helpful Stoic technique, where we imagine ourselves responding to criticism calmly and constructively, focusing on extracting the value it offers. This mental rehearsal prepares us to face real-life feedback with confidence, turning it into a source of empowerment rather than a detractor. Through these practices, we cultivate a mindset that sees criticism as a stepping stone toward personal growth, reinforcing our commitment to lifelong learning and self-discovery. This Stoic perspective encourages us to embrace challenges as opportunities, guiding us to a path of continuous improvement and greater self-awareness. By turning criticism into growth, we not only enhance our skills and character, but also deepen our resolve to live authentically, unshaken by the opinions of others. Visuals of famous Stoic quotes provide a powerful way to reinforce the message of autonomy and the acceptance of disapproval that Stoicism champions. Imagine seeing the words of Epictetus rendered in bold, reminding us that it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. This quote encourages us to harness our internal strength and remain unfazed by external opinions, focusing instead on our responses to life's challenges. Picture the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius inscribed with clarity. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. These words serve as a visual mantra, reminding us of the autonomy we hold over our thoughts and emotions, empowering us to navigate criticism with poise and conviction. Epictetus also guides us with the notion that we ought not to be disturbed by others' judgments, as they lie beyond our control. Visualize his insight that emphasizes our freedom from the burden of external validation. Similarly, Seneca's reflection on the transient nature of others' criticisms can be a visual anchor, illustrating that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This depiction invites us to consider how often our fears magnify the reality of disapproval, urging us to focus instead on our virtuous actions. By integrating these Stoic quotes into the video, we provide viewers with a visual and intellectual touchstone that echoes the themes of personal empowerment and integrity. The presence of these quotes not only enhances the narrative but also serves as an enduring reminder that true freedom is found in the acceptance of what we cannot control and the embrace of our own steadfast principles. As these words come to life on screen, they inspire viewers to internalize the Stoic values of resilience and autonomy, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of their enduring relevance. In exploring stories of Stoic resilience, we encounter individuals who have faced public disdain yet soared beyond it, showcasing the enduring strength of Stoic principles. One such story is that of Nelson Mandela, who, while not a Stoic philosopher, embodied the resilience that Stoicism teaches. Imprisoned for 27 years, Mandela faced immense public disapproval and yet emerged with a spirit committed to reconciliation and justice. His ability to remain steadfast in his principles despite widespread negativity illustrates Stoicism's teaching of focusing on one's internal convictions rather than external perceptions. Mandela's journey inspires us to hold onto our core values even when the world seems against us. Another powerful example is that of Rosa Parks, whose refusal to give up her bus seat sparked waves of criticism and adversity. Her act of defiance was rooted in a deep sense of justice and courage, reflecting the Stoic ideal of acting according to one's principles, irrespective of the immediate backlash. Parks' resilience against societal disapproval underscores the importance of integrity in the face of dissent. Her story encourages us to embrace our beliefs with dignity, transforming moments of opposition into opportunities for meaningful change. Similarly, the tale of Galileo Galilei exemplifies Stoic resilience. Despite condemnation and house arrest for advocating heliocentrism, Galileo held firm in his pursuit of scientific truth. His commitment to reason over popular belief highlights the Stoic value of rational thought and virtue. Galileo's legacy endures as a testament to the power of adhering to truth amid widespread rejection. These stories collectively illuminate the path of Stoic resilience, where individuals courageously upheld their principles, undeterred by public disapproval. They motivate us to remain resolute in our values, teaching us that through adversity, we can find strength and ultimately thrive. Comparative philosophy offers a fascinating lens through which we can view the concept of being disliked across different philosophical traditions. Let's start by examining Stoicism, which encourages us to embrace disapproval as a way to remain true to our values and focus on what is within our control. This perspective fosters a sense of inner peace and resilience, allowing us to live authentically without being swayed by the transient opinions of others. In contrast, consider the teachings of Buddhism, which share some similarities with Stoicism in promoting detachment from external validation. Buddhism emphasizes the idea of non-attachment, guiding individuals to release the desire for acceptance as a path to enlightenment. Both philosophies advocate for a sense of inner tranquility, yet they approach it from slightly different angles. Stoicism focuses on rational thought and virtue as a guiding compass, while Buddhism leans into mindfulness and compassion to transcend the need for approval. On the other hand, we have the existentialist view, where philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre emphasize individual freedom and authenticity, even in the face of societal disapproval, much like Stoicism. However, existentialism often highlights the absurdity of life and the personal responsibility of creating one's own meaning, adding another layer to the notion of being disliked. Unlike Stoicism, which finds peace in accepting what cannot be controlled, existentialism might see disapproval as one of the many absurd hurdles one faces in the quest for personal significance. By comparing these philosophies, we see a rich tapestry of thought that encourages self-reliance and authenticity despite external pressures. Each tradition offers unique tools to navigate the complexities of being disliked, yet they all converge on the idea that true freedom is found within rather than in the eyes of others. This comparative insight invites us to integrate these diverse perspectives into our own journey, enriching our understanding of personal freedom and the pursuit of an authentic life. The illusion of control through conformity is a captivating yet deceptive force that often lures us with promises of acceptance and belonging. It can sometimes feel as though by conforming to the expectations and norms of those around us, we are somehow steering our own course, gaining approval and thus a sense of control over our lives. However, this perceived control is dangerously fragile. Imagine it as a beautiful yet impermanent sandcastle, easily washed away by the waves of changing opinions and societal trends. In seeking approval through conformity, we inadvertently sacrifice our true selves, molding our identities to fit a narrative crafted by others rather than our own convictions. This pursuit can leave us feeling hollow, as the fulfillment we chase is contingent on external factors beyond our genuine influence. Stoicism, however, presents a starkly different path, offering the true autonomy that comes with acceptance. By embracing what is within our control, our responses, values, and actions, we liberate ourselves from the chains of societal conformity. This philosophical approach invites us to live in harmony with our authentic selves, anchored by our principles rather than the transient approval of others. Consider it as standing firmly on solid ground, unaffected by the shifting sands of external validation. Through Stoic practice, we discover that genuine control is not found in altering oneself to suit the expectations of others, but in the strength to accept oneself fully and act with integrity. This realization empowers us to navigate life with confidence and clarity, unburdened by the illusion of control through conformity. By aligning our lives with Stoic ideals, we embrace a profound sense of freedom and peace, rooted in the essence of who we truly are. The steps to self-empowerment through a Stoic approach start with embracing disapproval as a natural aspect of life. The first step is recognizing the distinction between what you can control and what you cannot. This fundamental Stoic principle encourages you to focus your energy on your thoughts, actions, and reactions, rather than trying to manage others' perceptions. By doing so, you begin to foster a sense of independence from external judgments. Next, practice negative visualization, where you consciously imagine scenarios where your ideas or actions might be met with disapproval. This mental rehearsal prepares you to face criticisms calmly, reminding you that disapproval is not the end of your journey but a stepping stone to resilience. The third step involves cultivating mindfulness to stay present and aware of your thoughts and feelings as they arise. This practice helps you observe your reactions to disapproval without becoming overwhelmed, allowing you to maintain clarity and focus on your values. Regularly engage in self-reflection, assessing whether your actions align with your principles rather than seeking external approval. This introspection reinforces your commitment to authenticity. Lastly, surround yourself with individuals who support your journey of growth and who encourage your steadfast adherence to personal values. By embracing these steps, you build a strong foundation of independence and inner strength, enabling you to navigate disapproval with grace and confidence. This journey towards self-empowerment is not about avoiding disapproval, but about finding freedom and fulfillment through living in accordance with your true self. Dealing with peer pressure through the lens of Stoicism begins with recognizing the importance of maintaining fidelity to one's own values. Peer pressure often manifests as the subtle or overt influence exerted by those around us to conform to their expectations, leading us to compromise our authenticity in pursuit of acceptance. Stoicism offers a powerful remedy by equipping us with tools to resist this pressure and remain aligned with our core principles. A key Stoic practice is the exercise of conscious reflection, where we regularly assess whether our actions mirror our true values rather than merely reflecting the desires of others. By doing so, we fortify our resolve to act with integrity, even when faced with opposition. The philosophy also encourages us to embrace the concept of negative visualization, where we imagine scenarios where we may be pressured to conform and practice responding with calm determination. This mental rehearsal strengthens our ability to say no to actions that conflict with our values, cultivating a mindset of resilience and clarity. Stoicism teaches us that true empowerment lies in courageously upholding our principles regardless of external influences. Picture standing firm like a lighthouse, steadfast amidst the swirling tides of peer expectations, illuminating a path grounded in authenticity. By focusing on what is within our control, our own actions and choices, we liberate ourselves from the burden of seeking approval. Additionally, Stoic teachings emphasize the importance of surrounding oneself with individuals who respect and support our journey towards genuine living. By building a community that shares or acknowledges our values, we create an environment conducive to personal growth and integrity. Through these practices, we develop the strength to resist peer pressure and live a life that resonates with our authentic self, guided by the unwavering compass of our values. This approach not only reinforces our personal integrity, but also inspires others to pursue their own paths with confidence and authenticity. The rewards of authentic living are profound and transformative, offering freedoms that align beautifully with Stoic principles. Embracing authenticity, even when it means facing disapproval, allows you to experience a life rich with genuine contentment. Imagine the relief of no longer being tethered to the expectations of others, free to pursue your passions and live according to your values. This freedom from the need for approval opens the door to self-discovery, where you explore your true interests and desires without the constraints of outside judgment. Living authentically fosters deeper connections with those around you. When you are true to yourself, you naturally attract individuals who appreciate you for who you truly are. These relationships are grounded in mutual respect, free from the superficial layers that often accompany the facade of conformity. Furthermore, the courage to live authentically enhances your self-esteem and inner strength. By standing firm in your values, you cultivate a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that your life choices reflect your deepest beliefs. This alignment with your core self leads to increased confidence and resilience, empowering you to navigate life's challenges with grace. Authentic living also brings a profound sense of peace. Without the burden of incessant approval seeking, you find tranquility in simply being yourself. This peace is a testament to the power of Stoicism, which teaches that true happiness is found within, not in the fleeting validation of external opinions. As you embrace the authenticity encouraged by Stoic philosophy, you unlock the potential for a life of purpose and fulfillment, where your decisions are guided by your principles rather than the whims of societal expectations. This journey, though it may invite disapproval, ultimately leads to a richer, more meaningful existence where you live boldly and unapologetically in harmony with your true nature. Reflecting on self-acceptance allows us to embark on a journey toward embracing our uniqueness and autonomy. Consider your own experiences where the need for approval has influenced your decisions. Perhaps it was in a work setting where you compromised your ideas to align with the majority, or maybe in social circles where you adapted your behavior to fit in. These moments, though seemingly small, shape the way we perceive ourselves, often causing a disconnect between our true selves and the persona we project for acceptance. By reflecting on these experiences, you open a door to greater self-awareness. Acknowledge the situations where you may have sought validation at the expense of your authenticity. Did these instances resonate with your core values, or did they leave you feeling unfulfilled? This introspection is crucial in understanding the patterns that drive the need for approval and how they affect your happiness. As you navigate this reflection, envision turning inward to reconnect with your true self. Acknowledge your strengths, passions, and values independent of external judgments. Imagine a life where your decisions are guided by what genuinely aligns with your identity rather than the shifting expectations of others. By embracing this practice, you foster a sense of self-acceptance and autonomy. This path involves recognizing that true fulfillment comes from living in accordance with your principles, free from the weight of others' opinions. As you cultivate self-acceptance, you also harness the power to stand firm in your beliefs, confident in the knowledge that your worth is not dependent on external validation. This journey is not about disregarding others, but about prioritizing your authentic self in a way that enriches your interactions and enhances your sense of freedom. Through this reflection, you unlock the potential for a life anchored in self-awareness and genuine contentment, guided by the enduring wisdom of Stoicism. In summary, embracing the notion of being disliked holds the key to unlocking unparalleled freedom and empowerment, as it allows us to live authentically in alignment with our true values. Through Stoic wisdom, we learn to detach from the need for approval, finding strength and peace in our unwavering commitment to personal principles. We discovered how focusing on what we can control, such as our responses and actions, liberates us from the constraints of external opinions, enabling us to navigate life with clarity and confidence. By embracing disapproval, we cultivate resilience, self-awareness, and genuine connections grounded in mutual respect. As Marcus Aurelius profoundly reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. We invite you to reflect on your own journey and consider how embracing your true self has influenced your life. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below, as your insights can inspire others on the path to authentic living. Remember to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell to stay connected with more empowering content. Thank you for joining us on this transformative exploration of Stoicism, and may you continue to thrive in the freedom that comes from living true